Can you smell what the flock is cooking? Flock up and flock off. Not you stick around because it's about to go down. You know, flock with the most energetic entity in the Eagleverse. Here on the What the Flock Wednesday. It's been a long time. It feels good to be back on the What the Flock because there's so many things right here in the Eagleverse, in the football landscape, whatever you want to call it, where we can say what the flock about. It's crazy. We got Haason Reddick. We got Aaron Rodgers. We got all kinds of things going through the Eagle organization. We're going to get to it. Oh, man. You know, always put it down because we do this on the fly. And I forget where I'm at when I'm around in this. It's stupid. But yeah, man. What else? I'm in here on don't mind me right now. I'm super hyped up on what is this called? Pre-workout. Yeah, this stuff feels like it doesn't wear off. I don't know what I felt, but this is a new one. It's like I'm not all itchy and whatnot. I know. I'll see. You know what I'm saying? I gotta get them things up because we gotta be real maniacs in here. What the flock is up, maniacs, real Eagle maniacs. Oh my gosh, I put so much stuff down, man. We got a little bit of Kelce, of course, Joey Chestnut. Yeah, we're gonna get into all of that. Yeah, some things outside of the Eagleverse. Of course, the main thing that's just driving me crazy right now. Hurts versus Nick, like, is that even, I don't even know. Chris Harris, that's old stuff. Tertiary football executive. We got all kinds of nutty stuff to get into. We don't know if we're going to get into all of it, but we're going to mix it up, throw it in our flock pots. You know what I'm saying? You consume it how you deem fit, because I need this therapy. We eat and we doing therapy. We doing all kinds of things. It's a Maniac type of Wednesday. You already know how this thing goes down. If you don't, you're about to find out. So let's get the nest keeping out of the way. Please like and subscribe. If you about that fly, Eagles fly, drop a comment in that box. If you fly with the flock, let's fly. Do remember, join that Maniac thing. Know the gang. You hit that bell, you get a bang. If I'm on this YouTube thing. Yeah, and even if you're not, pop in, do whatever you do, however you like it, how you feel like doing whatever you want to do. But while that's the Maniac thing, let's keep the main thing the main thing. Hope this video finds you good vibes, good tides, fly skies. If you're not there, I hope this helps you get there because we're about to go there. Oh, yeah. So first things first, man. Yeah, I mean, it's been on the top of my head for the last few days, and I haven't really popped in on it because I didn't really think it was a real thing. But I mean, I see this thing is catching traction. I'm seeing every damn commentator, talking head, freaking, whatever, like content creators, whatever you want to call it, like everyone's talking about this as if it's a thing. I see the Jalen Hurts press conference, about a week ago, and they asked him something about, what Nick Sirianni is doing and all that, and I don't know if you know, I mean, over the last few years, what I've seen from Jalen Hurts is that he's keeping things close to the cup. He's not really giving too much. He's chill. He's laid back on the stage, sometimes confrontational, sometimes non-committal, sometimes just doesn't give a flying flock about anything that these guys are asking because he's focused on the main thing. And we got these people out here, these radio personalities. I see why. I see why a lot of our fan base is crazy, especially the contingent that's in Philly, that has to live in Philly, that has to listen to these radio shows every damn day, that's driving us damn crazy. And I mean, I'm crazy without that. So I can only imagine the level of crazy that would be. Not just crazy, but also angry at the things that these people spew out. And then we have to consume it and then regurgitate it back out there like it's really a thing. This is our damn quarterback being asked about a coach. We know we don't talk about things like that. And whatever people are seeing, they're picking up words from no words, like he really said something. So because he didn't say anything, I just don't get it. And what I've seen from these guys over the past few years is that they trust one another. The way Nick Sirianni sticks up for Jalen Hurts and the way Jalen Hurts sticks up for Nick Sirianni. Like there was a time last year when each one could have thrown the other one under the bus, and they did not do that. Him and A.J. Brown, they conduct a play that was not called by the offense, and the coach goes and has their back and says, you know what, that's on me. And then they say, no, that's on us. And dude, it's just, I don't know what people are seeing or why people are making things. Actually, I do know why. Because we got, 60, 30, 40, 6 weeks. No news. We're going to hear nothing except for, we want to hear no news over these next 6 weeks until we come back for training camp. That's what we want. And now we have to build something up. We have to talk about something when there's so many other great things to talk about. And I get it. It's like conflict for clicks. I get it. You're going to build that up. More people are going to talk. Look what I'm doing. I'm sitting here talking about something that I believe is a non-flocking factor, making it a factor. So that's just what I'm saying. First thing I'm saying, what the flock about is what the flock is up with us talking about Nick versus Jalen. Like it's not a thing. Get it the flock up out here, at least in my humble opinion, in my estimation, humble opinion. I sound like my boy Tone. Woo! It's been a long time. I gotta go check that guy out, man. Another thing that came back out last week, pretty dope. What I'm saying, what the flock is up with Cliff Harris? Word? Trying to get over here with the birds? Okay, but you know what? A few years ago, that would have sounded Chris Harris. It would have sounded dope a few years ago. I mean, if we bring him in and similar to how if we need no. You know what? What the flock is up with that? I'm there with it. But it was super dope to hear that, like guys are willing. It's not that as vitriolic as people made it seem as far as players and their relationship to Vic Fangio or players that played under him. It just seemed to be those pretty boys down in Miami didn't want him tackle or something, you know what I mean? We ain't going to get into that. But yeah, down in Miami, they wasn't jobbing with what he was putting down, whatever. They didn't like the cut of his jib or something. Or maybe, from what I understand, it was mostly the defensive backs. It is what it is. Lucky for us, we got a bunch of young, hungry cornerbacks over here, minus, of course, the Slays and the Bradburys of the world. But other than that, it's a whole bunch of young, hungry dudes that are willing to put in that work right now. They ain't got no names really in the NFL yet, and they want to put in that work. So let's fucking go. And so with that, what the flock is up with our DBs? Yeah. What the flock is up with Bryce Johnston? Oh, yeah. No, what the flock is up? First thing, Ted Rapp. Us getting rid of Ted Rapp. That had me pissed because I love the dude. Just seeing his energy whenever he was on any of these videos, man, and the news around town, which is another non-story, at least what I believe. And I mean, I don't know. Like, some people seem to think it's an issue that he got fired due to Jordan Davis and Jalen Carter, like, not being where they were supposed to be towards the end of the season last season. I'm one that doesn't believe that's a thing. Maybe it was just time to move on. I mean, he wasn't even the main guy. From what I understand, it's the dude above him that I don't have here, of course, because I'm crazy. But regardless of what, he wasn't even the top guy, so I'm really not upset about it. Just what the flock is that a story for, much like all these other things. But one thing that is good to hear, well, I don't really know in what capacity this guy was doing his job, but Bryce Johnson is taking over for Jake Rosenberg. What the flock is up with Jake Rosenberg leaving? Because he was Howie's right-hand man. He's the guy that gets the numbers crunched in. Does all the stuff that we need to do to make the things happen that Howie makes happen to get these numbers right. Him and Howie, I believe, have known each other since like college. Whatever the case may be, he has moved on. So I feel like when we may be a bit concerned that Howie doesn't quite have it, I could see it in another way that he learned what he learned from Howie. So we're going to be good regardless. To that extent, at least I hope so. But what I am saying, what the flock about? Oh, yeah, his replacement is a dude named Bryce Johnson, allegedly his heir apparent, if anyone can replace Jake Rosenberg. But he has the title, which they are giving tertiary football executive. What the fuck is up with that? Just loving the names. And not to mention another person with a new name out here, a new title, is our boy Dom. Free Dom out here doing big things. He's got his title changed so that he could be on the sidelines. And if he wants to smack up another player, he can smack him up without being punished or anything. Not really the case, but it does alleviate some of the strain that we had on us last year as far as him being suspended. To this extent, he would be allowed. I don't know. It's weird. I don't think you would ever allow to smack up another player. But if he was to come into contact with another player, I believe it wouldn't be cause for a suspension because we saw there were a lot of people involved in that scuffle last season, if you could even call it a scuffle, that were not suspended, but they went to had to go out and get our boy Dom. So upset about that. What the flock is up with that? But everyone's over here getting new titles. The one thing that I'm saying really what the flock about is it seems to be a lot of moving parts now that we're seeing these things happen in the offseason, like having Jake Rosenberg leaving, Ted Raff leaving. We've got new coordinators all over the place, new coaches here and there. So it's a lot of moving parts. Has me a little stressed, got me saying what the flock, like these are real things that I feel in my estimation that we should be talking about over these coming weeks and how can we get there, how can we make it better. But I mean, there's nothing that we really can do. So on one end, I'm saying like, y'all need to chill out, causing things that ain't really there while talking about things that are really there. We can't do nothing about that. Seems to be the case with this anything. And more often than not, this is just therapy for me to get these things off my desk, off my chest. So ride with me, if you will, for a little bit. What else we got? Popping off these pots. Flock pots, we got whatever it takes, as long as it takes Kelly Green. Kelly Greens. What the flock is up with Darius Slade talking about the Kelly Greens? We're not coming back. What the fuck is up with this guy? I feel like it may have been a little bit of reverse psychology. At least maybe that's what he thought he was doing, because he saw how, it took, 12, 13? It took quite a while for the Kelly Greens to come back. They were going for a minute because of this stupid helmet issue. So maybe perhaps he thought that Lurie was like, yeah, oh no, I'm not really jobbing with that, because those are the jerseys before he got here. He swiftly changed the colors to midnight green when he got here. So maybe he thought along those lines that we wouldn't be rocking the Kelly Greens this season. However, no need to fear. Kelly Greens are here, and we're going to keep this going again for another year. Hope so. I hear a lot of people talking about the white on whites. I would love to have the white on whites, the black on black, much like I heard Joey Shakes talking about with the, The helmet, damn near looks just like the midnight green helmet. You can barely tell the difference while watching on TV. Like, I would love it if it was like a flat black, a matte black or something, or even if it was that crazy. You see, like the new Notre Dame helmets, like if it's super duper shiny, but it just seems to be like a regular black helmet. So it is what it is. But the one that your boy Isaiah Rodgers had sent to him, I guess it was a prototype or whatever, or maybe it's something to come. What? Those white on whites would definitely look super crazy if we was to get busy with that. What the flock is up with the Kelly Greens being back? I am so with that. What the flock is up with Haason Reddick? And people speaking to the ilk that Haason Reddick, we dodged a bullet by Haason Reddick by trading him away, whatever the case may be. I'm not of that group thought, of that group think. For the mere fact that if we would have signed him, which it appears that we do have the money to sign him, whereas I believe we would have had more money if we were to extend him in salary cap for this season to go. Like, such an amazing player to let him go so unceremoniously, like after being one of the major cogs and leading us to a Super Bowl. You know, I have nostalgia syndrome. Like, I just have a problem letting certain great players go, and I understand there's a time to do it, and it's better to do it a year in advance than a year after. I just think that he had a lot more left in the tank, at the very least 3 years. What is he, 30? 33? I can see this guy going for another 3 years. And even if we extend him for 3 years, we know that the third year, we could ship him up out of here. Now, that would be unceremonious as well. However, we still would get 2 more years out of him, and I don't think he would be the problem that he's being for the Jets right now if he's with us. And another thing to bring into account is the fact that him not practicing could lead to him not playing, which we need him to play so we could trade him into, instead of a 3rd round pick, to a 2nd round pick. That would feel way, way, way better. But yeah, what the flock is up with that? Still a little bit upset about that, but I just don't think that he would be the problem that he's being for the Jets right now if we had him, because, I mean, it's super odd to me that Joe Douglas came from us and he pulled the trigger on that deal without having a deal for Haason Reddick ready to be dispatched. Like, it's just wild to me, knowing that the dude wanted his money while he was saying, unless they're just not reading the tea leaves, not doing their homework. I don't know what it is, but what the flock is up with Haason Reddick? And what's the flock is up with us thinking that like we dodged a bullet or something? Like, how quickly we forget that dude was that dude. I don't think he would be the problem that he's for them, for us, if he was with us, because we would have signed him. You know what I'm saying? That's just what I'm saying. Oh, what else? We got so much to get into. No, we're gonna chop this up. Joey Chestnut not being in the hot dog competition is stupid. That's outside the nest. I just had to drop that in here. What the flock is up with Joey Chestnut not being in the hot dog competition, dude? Like, it's crazy. I don't know what to say about it. I put that out there. Jason Kelce, I have a real problem. What the flock is up with Jason Kelce? I'm realizing that I'm borderline stalker. I talk about Jason Kelce a lot, especially since he's left. I watched the New Heights podcast, and I'm just like, dude, we have so much in common. You ever seen that show Swarm? That's how I feel. I'm like, yo, me and Tweet would be best friends, bro. Like, found out that there's another thing we have in common. He flocks with Dragon Ball Z. Dragon Ball Z, you don't know, is my... I love some Dragon Ball Z. Not to mention, I've had an ongoing debate with my family over the last few weeks, last few months, about washing your feet. Do I really pause, and wash my feet? And dude, everything else is being washed. The soap is down there. My feet are splashing in the soap. Why do I have to manually wash my feet? And it's just crazy. Me and Kelce have that thing in common. It's nuts. Like, we would be best friends. I'm convinced with it. Like, I just know it. And another thing, but real, all jokes aside, man, what the flock is up with Jason Kelce still taking his headphones off when intern Brandon reads the bets? You would only have to do that if you're still an NFL player. I believe if you're reading the tea leaves, if you're reading the forest through the trees, I believe there's still a chance that he comes back, dude. And he's just trying to be cool with it, as far as not checking the bets, not saying nothing crazy, because he could literally sit in there and give his takes on bets right now, being that he's not a player anymore. But he wants to leave that window open in the event that he does come back. He doesn't have that on the docket. There's a chance. I'm telling you, bro. I'm saying there's a chance. And that's the What the Flock's on this What the Flock Wednesday. I think I got it all off my chest, got it all off my nuts, man. I'm in here tripping out. So happy that I was in here for this therapy session. I needed it on the What the Flock Wednesday. It's been so long. Things that I've been wanting to say about, what the flock is up with Becton saying he's happy you're here. I'm loving that. And other than that, man, till the next time, make it the best time. In the meantime, between time, keep it a green time. You already know how I like to do around this time, about this time, at this time, man. It's always equals a clock around here. Open your eagle eye, poke your beak, and give it a and ask these questions. What you gonna do when Eagle Mania swoops down and runs wild on you? Say it with me one time. EAGLES, Eagles. Let's flock and go. The flock the body.